Good morning, ballers. Welcome to the seventh episode of the Stepback. Seven. Here, my main man, Jacob Moses, and we are welcomed in by our special guest,
Legend.
legend, man,
Hey. What do you
legend.
say, ballers?
We have a
Yeah, appreciate the invite. Appreciate the invite, guys.
No problem,
no problem,
Thank you.
man. Well-respected, big-time guy, co-host of the lab over in Food Life.
Got it every Wednesday, 6 p.m. now. 6
Welcome,
p.m.
Johnny.
Come check us out Eastern time with my buddy Matt, man, my partner Matt, Chef Matt. So,
Will.
yeah,
Max. How everybody doing this morning?
doing good, brother.
Facts, doing good. Getting through this quarantine, living life, staying healthy. Mask on. Fuck it, mask on.
Speaking of which,
Trying to stay sane is all we can do, man, during this time.
Yep, for sure.
I got my
There you go.
Starberry mask.
There you
Yeah,
go.
you have to have those out here now, by mandated out here too. So,
Mhm.
but hey, man, better safe than sorry, man. Like
Yep.
I was telling Leon a little earlier, man, everybody's worried about their livelihoods, but without a life, you ain't got no livelihood, man. You got to
Yep,
take
there
care
you
of yourself
go.
first.
Gotta take care of yourself.
Safety first, please, y'all.
Mhm.
Cover up.
So, I see you got that nice little quarantine beard going there, Jacob.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It needs to come off though. I'm tired of it.
I'm telling you, first place I'm hitting is a barbershop.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Guys got to do what I do, man. Just shave it all, baby.
Yeah, it's going off. Mine's going. I got the LeBron. Yeah, I'm gonna show it on camera. Look, I got the LeBron going. It's over.
This is my choice too. As you can see, I got a good line there, man. Imagine,
See,
Why not?
yeah, no, I wish.
wifey Daisy, man. So that's that
I
Vin
mean-
Diesel look. From the neck up, though.
Oh man.
So, last time we left off, we talked about some video games. We talked about some movies. Gave you some insight on how to spend your time sitting down. This episode, we're gonna focus on food and some healthy living. Give you some exercise drills on how to, keep yourself active, keep yourself fit, and stay in shape.
Yeah, man. Things to keep your vertical still up there. You know what I'm saying?
There you
Right
go.
now, it's a way to keep you down, man. You get this weight, you keep you don't stay mobile, man. Your vertical ain't gonna be that good anymore. You ain't gonna be able to do the finger rolls, man. You gotta keep the finger rolls tight.
Word. Finger rolls, not butter rolls here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. Eating healthy is the key, man. Everybody knows that. I mean, it's not how many times you snack is what you snack on. You know what I'm saying? I tell my kids that all the time. Instead of going for the chips, go for the orange. Instead of going for that, go for the apple. So it's the same for everyone, man. And you got to burn the calories, man. Even if you're just in your backyard running from fence to fence, back and forth around the block, you got to sweat it out, man. And that's the key. I think you got to have to be the eating with the exercise. Of course, a lot of people always say, "But I'm exercising, but you're eating like garbage." But if you're not exercising, but you're eating healthy, they got to go together, man. They got to go together.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm big on over here with the kids, man. I plug the treadmill and I put them on there for physical education when I do that homeschooling.
There you go.
Get on the treadmill.
There you go.
Is it physical education or is it punishment?
That's a class, man. That's a class. And then for home economics, they got to clean the house up. I'm good, son. I'm good. Clean the house. Hey, home ec, I'm gonna show you how to clean the toilet. Keep over here. Now they all got shorts, man.
Exactly.
That's what's up.
Man. It's always a good way to benefit out of this, right? Okay.
Yeah, because me, I'm a person. I exercise, but I can't do weights. I never did it. I figured I'd pull a muscle or something. But Jacob, I know you're heavy with the weights. You're pretty good with that. I try to do a lot of cardio, but my eating habits are god awful.
I'm with you. I'm
Everything,
with you now.
but I've also never gained a pound, which is kind of weird. I don't know if I have high metabolism or something, but
Oh, it's easy for that. Do eat whatever you want. Still got a six pack. Yeah, I gotta watch it now. Getting the dad bod almost going on. This motherfucker Leon, man. He eat whatever he wanted. Butter rolls, eating good. Yeah,
Jacob, Take it from me. The older you get, man, you start getting kegs. You don't get six packs. It's a keg. I gotta, it sticks. The older you get, it sticks on you more. Trust me, man. So,
oh yeah, I'm learning that now.
Get in the routine, man. And also, Leon, calisthenics, man. You know, you don't need weights, man. Dips, push-ups, sit-ups. You know, stuff with your own body weight. Stick with your own, and it also sticks with you longer. Because I've noticed, and through the years, going to the gym back in the days and stuff, when you do weights, you have to keep doing weights or you lose the muscle mass. But if you do calisthenics with your own weight, you know, if you do dips, it's whatever you weigh, and that sticks with you a lot longer. I know that for sure. I'm almost 100%. That's a sure thing.
Oh, you're correct. You're definitely correct. Like,
that definitely makes sense.
I still do push-ups and stuff like that, and it's stuck.
If somebody challenged me for the push-ups, and I'm like, get the hell out of here. Man, say, you must not watch my shows, man. I'm about eating. I ain't about eating and cooking, man. Nah, I'm joking.
Speaking of which, I love what you guys do on your show, man. For those who haven't watched it, give it a little explanation on what goes on.
Yeah, well, you know, at the lab, man, you know, there's something that we call it the lab. Is because every time, you know, I can sit in my kitchen. My lab is where I experiment, where I like to do my things. So I've always called, you know, every time I post something on Facebook, I'm like, I'm in my lab. So the show's called The Lab, and it's just another word for the kitchen, you know. So it's me and Chef Matt out in the West Coast, Chef Matt. So what we do is just, you know, just try to show everybody in not everybody's in the restaurant business, not everybody's a chef, not everybody's, you know, it's a show for people that are home and like to experiment cooking and want to learn new things and learn how the chefs do it, and learn little tricks of the trade. You know, stuff like that, man. Share recipes. You know, everybody shares what they accomplished, you know, what they made in the kitchen, and we share the photos, the recipes. But again, it's just like something to for all the foodies out there, people that are into, you know, and there's a lot, you know, when social media came about, all of a sudden everybody's into a lot of food. I mean, I've seen a lot of, you know, people posting pictures of their food and stuff like that. So just something for we all can get together, share recipes. Hey, how do you do this? How do you know that looks awesome? Just, you know, it's like a little foodie community, man. And in the food lab, that's what we do. We just try to, you know, we like to try to feed off the people and what they want and what they want to talk about, stuff like that. We're actually going to take the show to the next level and start doing the video shows where you see us at work in our kitchens. You can see us the way, you know, we could teach you how to, if I tell you, hey, cut me an onion the Julienne style, we could teach you how to do that, which is the long strips, you know, hey, cut me an onion, quarter-inch thick, you know, quarter-inch dice, you know, just like I said, to make everybody's cooking experience at home a little better, a little more fun, man. You know, we all can talk about it. You know? That's what I like.
Yeah,
that's
man.
That's what we're going for.
Yeah, I love what you guys do over there, you know, especially with the pictures. Because, you know, I cook, but it's not like, you know, a big time deal. But, you know, I love what you guys do with the pictures, the presentation, the whole thing. So you're a long time member of a group, Life Group Dynasty. How'd you find the group?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh, I'm actually it started in baseball life. Me and Henry, Sandra, Joey, we were all in a group called Baseball World.
Right.
And in Baseball World, they started. I don't know if you guys remember. I just thought they were starting to get a little dictatorship type. You know, what you could post, what you can. And we were like, so they kicked a buddy of ours off of it called Ray Menendez. I don't know if you know Ray, but Ray was in that group, and he was more of a troller, funny dude, man. But it was fun. It was fun to have him there. But then he created his own group called Baseball for Life or something. No, what's it like? For the love of baseball. For the love of baseball. He started that group. And the group grew big, and we all helped him grow big. But then I guess, and then Ray started doing the same thing. I thought that was my opinion. He started getting a little more dictatorship. So I went on for the love of baseball. I'm like, where's Henry at, man? This guy Henry, he's a cool dude, man. I mean, you know, became friends. And then I found out he got kicked out the group. So I hit Henry up. I'm like, yo, just start your own shit, man. Just, you know. Me and Henry were talking in the inbox. I'm like, yo, start your own group. And Baseball Life came about. And I believe I might be one of the first members in Baseball Life. You know, he created the group, and that's it. And from that, it's been a few years now. And We started the Food Life. We started
Mhm.
Life Travel. We started Baseball for Life, and he started the Life Family, which I'm grateful he did, because I love it, man. I mean, great people, good people, family atmosphere. Not a troll group. I don't like troll groups. I get in groups, and once I see them talk about nothing and just making fun of each other and can't respect somebody's opinion, I'm gone, man. And I think that in this group, in his groups in Baseball Life, originally the Baseball Life, there was a lot of baseball knowledge there, man. It wasn't just a troll group. It was just, man, these people know what the hell they're talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? And here we are. Here we are. Look, because of it, look where we're at right here. So yeah, I'm a day one. I'm a day one.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh. Hashtag Free Henry.
What happened?
We started a hashtag called Free Henry because we were wondering.
Yes. Remember that? Yeah. With a picture of him, I had him in a jail cell. Hell yeah, man. Oh yeah, everybody had fun with that. Yeah, man. That was it. That was the one. That was the time. And I guess they didn't get they're still cool people with each other. Him and Ray. I mean, I'm cool with Ray, but just a difference of opinion. But I'm glad it all happened the way it did. I mean, everybody's still cool with each other, and we got Baseball Life out of it, and now we have all these other life groups out of it also. So glad it happened. I'm pretty honored to even be part of all this, because for a guy like me that's on disability and I don't get to go out there and work the 40 hours a week like I wanted to, and it helps me stay sane. It helps me stay sane in the groups. And if not, man, I mean, just think about it, man. I'm a guy that used to work 50, 60 hours a week to doing nothing. I'm going crazy just doing that. And I keep forgetting that I have a bum fucking knee, and this and that. And I try to go do things out in the backyard and shit like that. And, so I like the groups, man. I love the groups. So.
Yeah, man. These groups are something different, because like you mentioned it. So Henry's a Yankee fan. You're a Red Sox fan.
Exactly.
And you know that rivalry, that guys don't get along. It's a little disrespectful.
Yeah, and when the group first started, I was the only Red Sox fan, and the group was basically, and I'm glad that they did what they did when they made it. The group was either 50% Yankee fans, 49% Met fans, and 1% me. That was it. One Red Sox fan. So it was just a back and forth, a New York thing. I caught myself just trying to. You ever see like a fight and people are in a circle, you're just trying to reach over to get in and look at the fight. That's how I felt, man, every time I went to try to vote. Like, it's just a Red Sox fan. And there was another guy who was a Red Sox fan named Joey, but he ended up being a troll, Joey Amato, whatever.
Amato, yeah.
He ended up being some kind of troll, Actually, he's an undercover Yankee fan, and people don't know that. But he got pictures with Matt Garrett Yankee stuff on, so I never understood that. But anyways, but yeah, in the beginning it was just now when they invited some West Coast friends in, and now there's just so many. I don't think there's. I'm pretty sure there's a fan for every team in Major League Baseball in Baseball Life now, and maybe more than one, of course. But I'm saying that it's so diverse now with all the other teams, and which I like more now, because again, I say it was everybody ganged up on me. I used to get it from the Yankee fans and the Mets fans, and I remember '86 like it was yesterday. So yeah, that shit still bothers me. Okay. But yeah, that's how where it all became. But it was good, man. But we're here today, man. And basically, look, we got basketball. Ball is life. Ball is life. And look at you guys, and it's a beautiful thing, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You guys doing a great job too. I might not catch it live when I can, because you are a little early for this old man here. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. The only time I get up that early, if his wife is cooking bacon and I smell it. The only time I get up at 11 in the morning, but I'm on medication, man. I'm an old man. But I do watch the show. I do. I know when you guys post it, and I watch it and stuff like that. I want to watch live so I can comment, like everybody's commenting, like Randy's commenting and stuff like that. And I like that. I like the participation from the members.
Yeah, that's a big part, and we appreciate it. And it's also an honor to have such a well-respected member, longtime member such as yourself. And you see, you're a big basketball fan.
Oh yeah.
You got your Orlando Magic gear on.
It's fire. I like
Ooh.
that jacket.
Hey, from day one,
Nope.
89 season, man. I've been a season ticket holder in the past. I've been a Magic fan from first season, 1989 inaugural season.
There you go.
We shared that inaugural season with the Miami Heat.
What was the first game you ever went to?
Well, that's funny. Like I was saying earlier, the first game I went to was the 76ers Magic game. And I was telling you guys the story. The crazy story is I grew up in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I was born in Massachusetts, but I grew up in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And I lived 2 blocks down from the University of Bridgeport. And a player by the name of Manute Bol, right out of Africa, came down and he played Division II basketball for the University of Bridgeport. And my 8th grade teacher, I was a basketball player at the time. I actually was pretty good. I'm not gonna brag, but I was pretty damn good. State champs, undefeated, a few years, whatever, even in the 8th grade. But I was pretty bad at it. I had my skill. Now, I don't know. But anyways, my 8th grade teacher, Mr. Laskowski, he was the assistant head coach for the University of Bridgeport Knights. And he was looking for some ball boys, for the games to come in. Back then we didn't have the mops. We had to get on the floor and wipe it with the towels and stuff like that. And I volunteered, and then that's it. When I remember Manute Bol's first game with us, and looking up at 8 feet, man, almost, it was pretty crazy. So, anyways, his favorite place to eat was a pizza place called Famous Pizza on Park Avenue, Bridgeport, Connecticut. And I live right next door to it. And sure enough, he walk right by my house and Johnny. And so my first Magic game happened to be, no lie, it was the 76ers. Charles Barkley was still on the team. Manute Bol was on the team at that time. And so happens my first Magic game, it was against them. And I sat behind the Sixers bench. And, I kept screaming. I was pretty close, man. I kept screaming. I got Manute's attention. And he saw me screaming. And he picks up Charles Barkley, taps him, look. And Charles Barkley waved at me. And I was like, but yeah, that was my first Magic game.
That's cool.
I felt pretty good and proud because I knew Manute Bol. I mean, a lot of people probably don't like him or whatever, But, at the time, he was like a wonder, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's ever been that tall before.
Oh, yeah.
And I could literally dunk the ball with standing flat-footed, bro. I mean, he was like that, man. And I have pictures of him, and my mom has them. But I have all those old pictures. My mom has them all, man. But, yeah, that was – so I thought to myself, being that I just thought to myself, because I am an ex-Bull, I told you too, growing up, I was a big Chicago Bulls fan. And when Michael Jordan retired, it crushed me, the first retirement. It crushed me, and I just said, fuck basketball at the time. Fuck watching it. I still played it and everything, but excuse my language again. But anyways,
good.
That's when I said, what? I said, I'm in Florida now, man. I'm here in Orlando. Orlando, everybody just pick up this team, right? It's not like I can't be a bandwagon fan because it's first year. Inaugural year, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, just jump on it, and there I am. There I am, bro. 30 years later, I'm still a Magic fan.
That's what's up.
Which is, it hurts a lot lately, but I wear my share of paper bags. You know what I mean?
I mean, not more than this guy here.
Yeah, man. You had some recent success. I haven't seen anything since. Well, yeah, 2012, 13 season. Yeah, that's decent, but man, you had more success than we did.
Oh no, yeah, we just made it to the playoffs after 7 years out. We did make it to the playoffs. But the division is so weak in the East that you could be a below 500 team and win a division like the Atlantic and make the A seed, and but if you look at the Ace, I don't think anybody from 6 to 8 and will make it from the East and the West division. Like record-wise, you won't make the 8th seed team in the East will make the playoff team, but if you got the same record in the West, you're not going to make it.
No, it's not happening.
It's really
almost.
Yeah, it's probably like a 10th or 11th seed.
Here, like I said, a below 500 team could win a division. It's crazy.
Crazy.
Look, that's what we did.
So like looking back at those teams, you look at the '93 team, the '95 team, even that Dwight Howard run.
I'm a big fan. I have a shoe signed in the closet here. Listen, big Dwight Howard fan. I don't care what anybody says. People say, oh, he did Orlando Magic wrong. No, Magic did him wrong. Let me tell you about being a Magic fan for 30 years, what I've learned from the management here in this town. We made Shaq leave. We made Howard leave. We made Tracy McGrady leave. We do not know how to pamper stars, take care of them, make them want to stay. From the media, Orlando media, to the coaches that they use and the GMs, they just don't know what they're doing when it comes to that, man. Because if you think of all the players that came through this town, through this, this team, my God, man, we should have won a championship. We should have been, like you said, the team with with Penny, Shaq, and 3D, and all those guys. I mean, you have players that robbed us, like Grant Hill. I mean, the man just pretty much robbed us blind. But there's other Grant Hill, he robbed us blind. He played like 8 games and got like $40 million. Yeah, I'm still waiting for a refund. But no, I tell you, man, we had a lot of great players come through here, man. A lot of, I see Tracy McGrady again, Hall of Fame players, Shaq. A trade to this day that I don't understand, but Chris Webber never wanted to play for us. Back in '93, we had the first round pick. We had the back-to-back first round picks, the first pick of the draft actually, and we went with Chris Webber, but we traded for Penny. Penny got drafted from Golden State Warriors at number 3, and we did the trade because Webber didn't want to play. So I thought to myself, man, imagine if Webber, Shaq, and with a decent guard, we would have been freaking. Would have been monstrous out there down low, man. But shoulda, woulda, coulda, man. That's the life of a Magic fan. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. You know what you're gonna do. But we had a lot of great teams, man. A lot of great teams. We went to the finals. We lost against the Houston. Outplayed us. Experience-wise, Houston showed. There was no contest. That's why we got swept. We went again. What was it? Was it the Lakers we lost to?
The Lakers.
Yeah, it was the Lakers. Yeah.
Another great experienced team. These guys were young. They were just running. Our guys were just young and running. They were playing like street ball. I would say. Just let them run, let them play. Working. But when you get down to the playoffs in the championship games, you need a little bit more, coaching more, and that we lack that. We had Brian Hill, I believe. I think Brian Hill was the head coach. I don't know if it was Matt Gugas was the first, but Matt Gugas was our first head coach. But I think it was Brian Hill that had the power teams. He got out-coached. He definitely got out-coached. He went up against Rudy, Jovanovich, I guess, the head coach from Houston.
Yeah, Jovanovich, yeah.
And he went up against Pat Riley. Or was it Pat Riley? Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson. Yep.
Yeah, Phil Jackson.
Coaches have a lot to do with it. A lot. I don't care what anybody says. Perfect example, Stan Van Gundy. Love the guy here. I believe he's the reason why Howard has never left, but can coach. I just thought he was the one. And because my thing is this, if you're going to lose your star player, at least keep the damn coach to keep things going where you can stay playoff team. What they did was they got mad at him for something they did, blamed Stan, so now Stan left. Then we lost Howard anyways, and now we have nothing. Now we've been rebuilding for 10 years, but we made the playoffs recently. But there was a lot of dumb moves, a lot of heartache. I call it heartache. Because a guy like me, I watch all the games, and it's like, there's games that we could have won, there's games we could have, we got murdered, and we should have got murdered. But that's the life of a Magic fan. Soon we'll make it to the promised land, I hope. I
mean, like the Magic has a curse with their centers, Shaq, Howard, and Vucevic may as well be soon out the door.
Stanley Roberts, I believe it was Stanley Roberts.
Oh man, wow.
Stanley Roberts. We had got him before. We got him the year before we got Shaq. Right, Shaq came out of LSU also. I don't know. It was we had some big guys, but we had some great players, man. But we were never getting no good pieces around them. I mean, 3D was your average player. 3D was just shoot threes. I mean, there was really nothing great about 3D. Our first draft pick ever as a franchise was Nick Anderson. To this day, he was one of my favorite players because he's a gritty. He'll grind it out for you on both sides. Both sides. Very underrated on the defensive end.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Oh my God.
Yes.
And like I said, he paid Jordan back with that steal for retiring for me. You know what I mean? But no, yeah, there was a lot of. There's just no pieces. You need more than. You need 3 good players. I know I'm not a big fan of the big 3 and teams, big ballers. Calling other ballers come join me. I'm not a big fan of that. I just I understand now it's a different breed right now. It's a whole different last, I would say a good last 6, 7, 8 years, they started doing it. All right, I'll say it. Since LeBron came in the league, they've been doing it. Right. I'll say it. I'll say it. I'm probably going to get anyone who want to talk shit, go ahead and comment, but I'll say it. Never had that, man. You never seen Bird say, hey, Magic, I'm going to come hook up with you. You never seen Jordan, hey, Dominique, come over here, hook me up. Let's do this together. We never had that, man. And people always bring up the Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Horace, but guess what? Bulls drafted those other guys, man. It wasn't like, hey, come join me, man. Scottie got traded over there, and for Arkansas. I don't know if they want to say Arkansas. Scottie, they all got drafted. It wasn't like, hey, come join me. Michael Jordan made them all-stars. You know what I'm saying? I just, they helped each other out. You can't do it alone. I understand that. But since they started this whole Magic never have a chance, and the Knicks will never have a chance. And these teams that we love so much that are at the bottom of the league right now is because they can't get 3 boss players on the team, man. And you can't compete. You just can't compete. And I always thought that was, why have the draft if we're going to do it that way? Why even have a draft? I mean, the whole thing is to make it fair. You have the 1 seed because you have the worst record. We're trying to make it fair, but then all of a sudden, when the draft is over, hey, I'm gonna take this guy and this guy. Come over here. It doesn't. I don't understand. You mess the system up, man. That's to me. That's the old school looking at it. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm a little old school. No,
I agree with you because
I'm 80s, 90s. I'm 80s. Yeah, from the 80s up type of hard. Tough basketball. You want to get in the lane, but I'll get the elbow in the mouth type stuff.
Oh, Charles Oakley, Anthony Mason.
Oh, no. Yeah, the 80s, early 90s.
Bad boy.
And, the closest we got to back in the real days was when the Bulls and the Knicks used to play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
With Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley, Daniels, and all those guys played against the Bulls. You've seen how basketball used to be played with them. It was tough. Hello, God bless.
You say hi?
Hi.
Hey.
God bless.
Can you go play?
That's awesome.
See Uncle Leon? Say hi to Uncle Leon.
Hi, Leon.
All right.
Hey, kids. Hey, Blake. Hey, Gigi.
You say hi to Johnny?
Hi, Johnny.
Hey, how you guys doing? Nice to meet you.
All right, go play.
Give us some exercise drills.
That's awesome, though. Yeah. That's all. God bless you, brother. God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you.
I got 8 myself. 8 kids, 2 grandkids.
Yeah, buddy.
God bless you.
But yeah, like I was just saying that the Bull series, Knicks' last Bull series in the playoffs were probably the last of the Mohegans as far as tough basketball games.
Man.
Now you can't put 2 hands on a guy. You can't do this. You can't do that. It made it easy. See, this is what I'm saying. It's just like baseball wants to make it easier or faster. Basketball did the same thing, but with a silencer on. If you know what I'm saying, like slowly, man. You messed up the draft by the calls. Now you can't touch a player. I mean, it's just so to compare players now to compare players from my days to the players now.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't think you can, man. It's a different style. They got more leeway now. They got more rules for them. The 3-ball. I don't want to say the 3-ball kill the game. It makes it exciting, but these guys can be on a 4-on-1 fast break and he'll stop and pop it. I still to this day I'm not a big. You got 4-3. Fundamentals is where I'm at. But when you got 3-on-1 break and I see a guy just stopping and shooting a 3, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is a video game. We're watching video game stuff, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I like picks and passes. I'm old school. I like all kinds of stuff like that. But
Absolutely.
the game has changed. We know the game has changed, but it's more. They want more excitement, more 3 balls, more crowds going crazy.
Yeah, like looking through the games throughout the group lately, like you could see the difference in it. Like with the Rockets Knicks, that 95, the 94 final series, Starks put up 3s and he kept shooting them. He kept missing them.
It's a crowd hyper. I understand that. It's and if you're down by 10, fine, man. But I mean, it's when to do it, man. And like I said, I just don't like the fast breaks and then popping. And Curry's one of them, guys. Great talent and all that, but he's one of the guys. He's guilty as charged, man. He could be on a 3-on-1 and he'll stop and pop it. Percentages, maybe, yeah, maybe they say the percentage you'll make it, but come on, man, it's just the percentages. If you want to bring up percentages, then the percentages in the layup on a 3-on-1 break. Percentages say pass the ball on 3-on-1, not stop and pop. I mean, if you want, because people are like, oh yeah, but his percentages say he'll make about 60% of his threes or 70% of his threes. But guess what? On a 3-on-1, a layup is about 99 point something percent. That if you want to talk percentages, let them, let's play fundamental ball here. And
That's
so,
what Charles Smith.
yeah,
Don't bring that back up again. Don't bring up Charles Smith again. Don't do
no.
that.
Wait. You said Charles. You said Charles Smith.
Yeah.
From the Knicks.
Yeah.
He grew up down the street from me.
Yeah, I
Get
know.
outta
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Bridgeport, Connecticut. Yeah, look, bring it up. He lived right down the street from me, Bridgeport, Connecticut. Charles Smith, one of our hometown legends, man. Yes, sir. Chris Smith also. Chris Smith used to play for the Timberwolves.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Bridgeport legend, man. Bridgeport. We adopted my brother, and my brother's he was in a foster home, and Chris Smith was his his roommate. They grew up together. Okay, Chris Smith went to college, went to UConn, and that's why I'm a UConn fan to this day. But yeah, man, yeah. There's a lot of John Bagley. He played for the Celtics championship team, Bridgeport product.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, we have a lot. Well, our town is basketball. It's more basketball than anything. Yeah, for sure. We got a lot of good names, big names, decent names. Not no superstars and shit like that. But Charles Smith was a good all-around player. He was really good. He had his time. You know what I'm saying? He did good. Chris Smith didn't do so good in the NBA, but he had a freaking great season at UConn. Put UConn on the map. Help put UConn on the map too. Yeah, there's a lot of NBA players come out of Bridgeport. It's a basketball town, but it's also Jets town too, though.
I never knew that, actually.
Oh yeah, Bridgeport, Connecticut. What it was is they had a Atlantic Coast Conference team back in the day. It was like the minors for football. And then in Bridgeport they had a team called the Hi-Ho Jets. And
oh wow!
So yeah, and it was affiliated with the New York Jets. So there's a guy back in '73. He forgot they didn't have a helmet ready for him. But I'll show you the picture in the football group. But so he had to wear his Hi-Ho Jets helmet. It's pretty cool. Bridgeport Hi-Ho Jets.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
He had to wear that one because they didn't have his Jets helmet ready because when he got called up. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I got a little history on my team, man. I got at least 30 years on each team that I travel on the East Coast. So I was born in Massachusetts, Red Sox fan, always banking. My dad played ball, minor league ball, and so big Red Sox. So Red Sox, UConn, Jets in Connecticut. Then I moved to Florida, and I became a Magic fan and Florida State fan. Florida State fan because I finished my high school here, and a buddy of mine on the football team, he went to Florida State, and I became a fan. 30 years later, I'm still a Florida State fan. So there's a little history. I don't want to sit and say you can tell I'm not a bandwagon fan because none of my teams ain't done shit in 40 years. But excuse me, except the Red Sox. Excuse me. But,
yeah, there you go.
Hey, took me a while. 2004, man. The best thing that ever happened to me. 2004, my daughter was born, and the Red Sox won the World Series, man.
Nice.
Oh, that was good. That series was something else, man.
Oh, that was a beautiful series.
Man.
That was definitely. It's funny. I lived in a house with a hardcore Yankee fan. My wife's a hardcore Yankee fan. My brother-in-law, and at the time we were living all together. My mother-in-law and my father-in-law, and went home. I went out. Gosh, I can't watch the game here with these people, man, because they went to the bar, man. I think I went to the wing house and I kept watching them. And we lost the first game. Come home, they talk junk. Second game, came home, man. They were talking junk. The third game, I went to my bedroom door and there was a broom leaning on the door with a picture of Babe Ruth. With a picture of Babe Ruth in the broom. And I was like, you know what, that's it. Told my wife, let's go out, man. Let's get out of the house. I don't want to hear this shit. We went to a sports store, and I bought my daughter, was just born in May, a Red Sox onesie. And I said, you know what? Win or lose, man, we're gonna represent tonight. Won that first game. So I told my wife, I said, yo, put that damn outfit back on her tomorrow. And we won the second game. I said, yo, don't even wash that thing, man. Put that on. But she spit up on it. I don't give a damn if she shitted in that thing, man. Put that shit right back on it. Hey, listen, we won the third game, and I'm like, yo. I said, this time, it's do or die, man. Leave that outfit on her again. I'm going to the bar. man. We did it. Came
That
back.
was crazy, man.
Came back home. Everybody was sleeping. All of a sudden, they sleeping. But I was screaming out, "Wake the fuck up! Babe Ruth dead, motherfucker!" And then her father to this day says, "You know, ever since you've been with Johnny, I've been with her 18 years. Ever since we ain't really done shit but won a championship, man." I said, "The rest of us got 3. I got 1 since we've been with Johnny." I'm like, "Hey, I'm the new curse, motherfucker. I'm the new curse." But yeah, man, that's a true story on the baseball tip. I know we're in the basketball group, but that's
it's
Don't
all
worry
good.
about it. We always do crossovers.
Fact.
Yeah. But that's I swear to God, true story, man. In 2000, then I had another child in 2008. I believe in 2008, man. That 2007, I think, man. So every year that in 2000, when was the last one we won? Oh yeah, it was like every time I have a child, I win it.
Damn.
Hey, if that's the case, I'm gonna have like 100 kids. They all can have 1 ring each. I'm happy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Man, you
Yeah.
get one for the Jets?
Huh?
You get one for the Jets?
No,
Please do. Please do.
I was born in 72, man. So they won in 68, 69, I believe, season. I haven't seen it yet, man.
That's rough.
Closest I ever been was the back-to-back
AFC Championship. Yep.
AFC Championship with Rex Ryan and Mark
Mark
Sanchez.
Sanchez, yeah. Well, we could be a Lions fan.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I used to say we could be Eagles fans, and now they got one too. Like, God damn, they took it away from me.
Oh.
But hey, you could be what Lions fans? What happened with the? Oh, my bad, though.
Oh, sorry, Leon. Sorry.
Nah, hey.
Hey.
Yeah,
I got the Nationals, so I'm good.
Yeah, I like the
Shut your ass up.
You got a Bill Belichick assistant over there. He did pretty good. He's doing all right? I mean, so far he started off with a little controversy.
Yeah,
You don't like him?
Stafford?
Yeah, you don't like him?
I like Stafford. I don't know why they keep trying to trade him, but considering they.
Oh yeah, you just can't get that big game for you, man. I think that's what it is, man. He's like he's going down the Phillip Rivers way, like where he's good during the season, and then you know what I mean. I don't know.
Just trash.
Hey, could be worse. You could have Mark Sanchez.
But fumble.
Exactly.
Everybody knows the defense in the running game is the one that took us to the promised land.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun, though.
We did, and the thing is, man, the guy played 16 games in college, and then we drafted him. I never understood that, man. Never understood that at all.
Yeah, that still hurt. But let me say this one thing. Since we're talking football, catch that Deep Thirds podcast with Ryan, Matt, Randy. Catch that. They do an awesome job on that one. Love watching it. Shout out to you guys.
Matter of
doing
fact,
a great job. Keep on doing it.
Matter of fact, if you go to Football Life now, Matt just posted the new one. They couldn't go live because they had technical difficulties, but the new show is up on there. So you guys go catch that, man. Show some love, man.
Yeah, I know they had they did picked 11 to 21 last night for the draft. They did a mock draft last night, so shout out.
When is the draft, by the way? It's the 20.
Next week.
Yeah, next week.
27th, I think. Yeah, man. I just don't.
We're getting O lineman. We ain't getting a wide receiver. You know how the Jets work.
I know. Yeah, at this point, man, I've seen a lot of Douglas made a lot of moves for the O line, and I stick with that. Stay with that. You want this guy if you want Sam has to have a breakout year this year, and for him to do that, you have to protect him. I mean, you got to give him more than 3 seconds. You got to give him at least 5 seconds in the pocket at least.
Exactly.
If you have to go to the second, not the first round, maybe the second. Would love to be a Tom Brady. We can look at first, second, third, fourth, right? All of them guys. Man got all day. Any quarterback can be good when you got all day like that.
Exactly.
But that's what we need. We need to get him more time. And I say go O-line all the way. I don't care. I mean, just and have a contest. Who's gonna win? Have like 10 of those guys out there trying to fight for one. At this point, I don't care.
For sure.
It's been known, man. It's been known. You protect your quarterback.
You win.
You can prosper, man. But if you don't, look at Brady. Brady's not like I said, let's see what Tampa's gonna do. Because think about it. The man's not a running quarterback. He doesn't throw good running. He doesn't go out of the pocket. He needs his time. And Tampa has a big. Yeah, you got a big fish, and he might be 42.
Yeah,
He's still capable, but
he still can throw it. He still can.
you still know he's capable, but you got to give him that time.
Exactly.
Bruce Arians, man, he's smart enough to know that. Anyways, they got a good coach. I'm happy for Tampa, man. I get to go watch. I go watch up the street. It's like a 45-minute ride. I can go up there and watch.
How far is that? How far are you from Jacksonville?
Jacksonville, 3 hours.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's not bad though. I went to both Jacksonville games the last 2 years. Last 2 seasons.
Oh, when he played the Jets too, yeah, you went.
Yeah. When they play the Jets, I go to Tampa. I go there. I do one travel game every year, one home game. I try to catch one home game a year, one travel. The travel game that we usually go to is the Miami game because that's our rivalry. That's the number one. So that's another. So Miami's 3 hours that way, Jacksonville 3 hours the other way. So it's not bad. It's not a bad road trip at all.
They always seem to lose in Miami.
Huh?
Yeah.
They always lose in Miami.
Yeah. It's one of those things, man. That listen. Let me tell you something. Anybody in AFC East to tell you that the Jets and the Patriots are rivals is bull. Our rivalry is Miami. For some reason.
That's
Miami,
it right there.
Miami always shows up, man, when they play us, and there's a saying out here. There's a saying in Miami land and also in Jets land. I don't care if we lose every game, as long as we beat the Dolphins twice. We can go 2-14 as long as we beat the Dolphins twice, and I believe they say the same thing. So it's a rival thing, man. It's always been a rival thing. I never considered the Patriots, and they're in our division. Don't get me wrong, they're our division rival, but not that the team you hate the most.
So, what is your favorite Magic memory? What would be your most memorable Magic game? Favorite one?
The Valentine's game, triple overtime with the Knicks. I actually was at that game.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I got up to ready to leave. Thought we didn't, and we hit. I think Dennis Scott hit a 3. Triple overtime. I believe it was on a February 14th. It was on a Valentine's Day game. Yeah. Triple overtime. Was there live. It was pretty bad. That was probably one of the best games I've been to. I've been to a few playoff games. I've been to a lot of great seat games where, you know what I mean, like sitting down by the floors. I mean, games like that. But I think memory-wise, like the best that excitement was that one. It was the triple overtime game. I think it was a national televised game too on NBC. And I was at that game. So that was one of my top. That was my top. The other one probably would be. I want to say when Shaq, he didn't break the backboard, but he came down.
With the Nets game.
With the Nets game, yeah.
But I know there's two. He broke one. But the other one just came down in Orlando.
I think it was Phoenix.
Yeah, it was Phoenix. It just came down. It didn't break.
It didn't
break. One
break.
he broke. I know he broke the last one everywhere, but the one I'm talking about is when it just came down. The hydraulics broke. They had to bring out a whole other hoop and shit like that.
Shaq was a damn monster.
Yeah.
He was a beast, man. It was when he dunked, man. And if you sat close enough to the floor, man, you can hear it, man. I tell you, man. He done some great, man. Like I said, that's another guy that we messed up big time, the PR wise, because once the local headlines get to you, man, and they start talking bad about you, it's hard to spin out of that, man. So,
yeah, he wanted to stay in Orlando, though.
He did.
He really wanted to stay in Orlando.
And so did Dwight Howard. He wanted to stay here too, and he did. He really did. He loved it here, man. And everybody blamed him, and I'm like, why are you blaming him? Everybody in Orlando hates Dwight now, man. I got his jersey. I got his jersey framed up, hanging in my son's room. Got 3 jerseys hanging in my son's framed up. That's Dwight Howard, David Ortiz, and Joe Namath. They're all hanging up in his room. They were mine in my man cave, but I don't have a man cave no more. So I gave it to him. But yeah, man, these guys wanted to stay in Orlando. They really did, man. It's just management, man. I tell you, man. It has a lot to do with owners, man, that don't want to reinvest their money, man. Everybody knows that in basketball. You guys with the Knicks. I mean, Dolan's been, he don't want to spend no money. You got to spend money to make money, and if you really let Shaq go because he wanted $5 million more than what you were trying to offer him, we're talking $5 million here, man. Which right now I'm pretty sure you know how much money you could have made having Shaq for a few more years, man.
Oh my God.
You quadruple that, man. $5 million. Howard too. I think Howard came down to like $3 million difference.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, are we losing players for $3 million? This guy's on the bench get $3 million as a 5-year veteran. You know what I mean? He automatic is 3 years, man. $3 million. That's crazy, man. I don't know.
Would you happen to remember the game where Dennis Rodman guarded Shaq?
When he swung at Shaq?
No. When Dennis Rodman guarded Shaq.
Oh no, yeah. I wasn't at the game. Oh no, yeah. Well, who else you?
Was gonna put on him, right?
I thought that was a great move. Hey, listen. Nobody better defender than my boy Rodman. Not the worm. The worm is the worm, man. He frustrated Shaq. Let's keep it real. He frustrated Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
He knew how to do it, man. He knew how to do it. But the thing is, when you have a reputation of being a Rodman, and you go in there frustrate a guy, and I'll say he's getting blamed for most of that shit that happened. I know he got a technical when he shouldn't have got one. He got under Shaq's skin a lot, man. Barkley too. Him and Barkley. Oh Lord, man. I love watching them go at it, man. I was a big Worm fan when he was with the Bad Boys and the Pistons. Before it became the freak show that he did.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a beast, man. He was the beast on the boards. Oh my Jesus. Fundamental all the way, man. Didn't care about scoring. He made playing defense worthy, man. Worthy. Like now people take that serious, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he had like an endless amount of energy. He knew that was his role, which is funny, which is going to bring up the upcoming documentary with The Last Dance. It's going to feature the 97-98 Bull team. It's supposed to start tomorrow night on ESPN. So
the other night, the other game.
Yeah. No. The documentary is supposed to be on ESPN tomorrow.
Oh yeah, tomorrow. The Last Dance tomorrow. Yeah, that's
yeah.
A lot of people think it's going to be a Michael Jordan documentary, but it's really about the team's last dance together. Like I told you earlier, I the GM for the Bulls that year went up to Phil Jackson. He said, "I don't care if you go 82-0, you're not coming back." So, and that's when Phil told the guys, "Hey, this is our last dance." So I believe the documentary has to do with their last season together. I thought it was a Michael Jordan. I looked a little bit into it. I thought it was just something about Michael Jordan, but it's about the whole team as a whole.
Yeah.
And that last championship together. I think it was number 6. Yeah, that year. Yep. Felipe says Shaq, his defense, Rodman got under everybody. Yeah, he did, man. I agree, Felipe. Shaq,
that was definitely
Rodman definitely got under everybody's skin. That's. Hey, anybody tell you Michael Jordan did that shit too? The mind game is part of the game, man. You get under somebody's skin, you can talk a guy out of it. You can definitely talk a guy out of his shot. I was pretty big on that too, man. I was like the Gary Payton of my YNC.
What position you play?
I believe it or not, I've been 6'2" since the 5th grade, bro.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so I played center in the 8th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, high school, 8th, up center, and then of course there were bigger guys going into the senior years and shit. But then I went to forward. But yeah, I've been a tall dude, my skinny, tall ass, lengthy dude for like a long time. To a point where I had back issues because of that. I grew too fast, and I'm like 5 foot 6 foot tall. That was all meat and bones, man. But boy, yeah, your boy could hoop though.
Man, I believe it.
Boy could hoop. There's pictures out there with me in the air. People, I'm telling you, I'm gonna get them next time. I'm gonna post them. I'm going to my mama's house when this is all over. And we're gonna get straight over to mama. All them pictures you have of me playing ball, man. I want them. Let me take a picture of them, because she don't give nobody her picture. But I'm like, let me take a picture of them if I can show everybody. But yeah, me up in the air, man.
That's
I was good. I had a good hops, man. I got good hops.
That's what's up. Yeah. Speaking of favorite games, I'm not even gonna lie. Like that was one of my favorite games, the last shot with Jordan, because that game, if you remember it, it was back and forth, and to that last possession, Karl Malone, they had the perfect trap. He didn't see him coming. Boom, strips him. Jordan brings it. Russell, he had no chance. But it just Mike hit him with that cross, a little bit of a shove. But you're not gonna call that back then. It was perfect. You talk about a perfect shot, form, everything, straight in, and that's why I think Jordan should have ended it right there. That was it. Right there was perfect. The ending, you won the finals. Then just after that was just whatever. You can't put any kind of dent on his legacy, but 98 he should have just.
He went on the making money side after that. That's why he went to he had part ownership of the Wizards, I believe.
Yep.
And then he became a ball player for them. You know, he tried to fill the seats up, make money, and hey, might have been a smart move because now he's a billionaire. He owns.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, he's always gonna make money.
I mean, I don't think I would ever even picture Michael Jordan doing anything else in the NBA, but maybe being commissioner, if that. But other than being, he had to be an owner. I mean, he wasn't just gonna walk away and that was it, man. I mean,
like I said, that's the one thing he's trash at, though. If it's one thing he's trash at, you know.
yeah. I mean, he's being tight, man. He's being tight with the money, man. Gotta spend that money, man. You should have never let Walker, UConn product, by the way. Walker was a bad dude, man.
Yeah, I went down there and seen him play, man. He was bad.
But, you know, there's teams out there that's just gonna stay in the rebuild mode for so long because the owners don't want to spend their money. The league is letting players dream team up. You know, I mean, everybody's teaming up, and the little guys ain't gonna make it that big, man. I mean, I don't see how you got the first top 5 teams in the East above 500, and the other 3, and the rest are under, and then 3 of them are making the playoffs. It doesn't make for good basketball to me, but.
Well, the playoffs were supposed to start today.
Yeah.
And the Magic would have been the 8th seed, Brooklyn would have been the 7th, and it would have been an automatic sweep for both.
No. You know, that's what happened. Hey, that's what happened last year. All right, we're in the playoffs. Oh, shit, the Raptors. But, hey, let me tell you something. We lost to the champions, man. You can't get mad. You can't be, you know. I mean, what am I going to do, man? It was a great team, man, you know. And it's still a great team. They lost Leonard, and everybody thought that was it for them. They were balling this year. But, yeah, man, I mean, that was going to be the same scenario this year, man. The same scenario. We're going to make the 8th seed, and we won't make it out of that. We won't make it out of that bracket, man. I already knew that, man. I mean, and that's why I say that the way it's set up, it's just – and it's going to be like that as long as you keep letting all these all-stars team up with each other. The bottom guys are never going to have a chance. Oh, but the draft makes it fair. Then these guys with the worst record can get the best players. Yeah, for what, a year or 2, and then they're gone to go join somebody else? I don't. That's just my theory, but, you know, I don't know.
So you were a 6'2" guard. How'd you transition to a chef?
Oh, well, yeah, that's first, of course, because basketball at the time was my life. I would probably spend 8 hours a day in the YMCA ball. I was down the street from my house, but it didn't come from a rich family, stuff like that. You know, I'm in the projects, man. I'm in the projects in Connecticut, and to get the good shoes and the Nikes and the Jordans and to keep up with the classmates, I had to work early at an early age. And in Connecticut, you can work at 15. So I got a job at McDonald's at 15 years old on the weekends and part-time. And, you know, just like I said, and the passion for cooking at an early age because of my mom. And next thing you know, I went from McDonald's to another restaurant, and next thing you know what, I'm pretty good at this. And I came out here to Florida, got a job at Disney World. They put me to culinary school and worked for Disney for a long time. And here I am, man. Yeah, and it just snowballed. But just to be honest, I was that guy that joined home economics to get with the girls, but end up loving the cooking and the doing stuff in the home economics stuff, cooking, baking, sewing shit. I can right now, one of my kids' shirt ripped, they come bring it to me. Now, mommy and dad sold this for me. I got skills on the sewing machine too.
That's what's up.
I picked up on it. I liked it, man. It was one of those things, man. Dad might have called me gay a few times, but thought that I had some problems thinking it because I like girl stuff. But at the same time, man, hey, now everybody wants to be a chef. You make a career out of being a chef. I want to open up my own restaurant. I started thinking like that. Man, when I get big, I'm at my own restaurant. And that's still on the works. But my health kind of detoured me. My health detoured me. And but I still got my goals to get my food truck, which I'm working on now. And that's still the goal, man, to be my own boss in my own place. So
you'll get it.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna let this. Like I said, I might have to hire somebody to do the work, man. But I'm still gonna, I'm still gonna be there and teaching and stuff like that. But physically, I'm not be able. Like I said, this is the longest I'm setting up and doing the shows is long, man. And I have to right now, I'm not paying just sitting here talking to y'all, but it's not a like I said, I've been needing a knee replacement on now for like a year, so I'm postponing it with health issues, and my knee is like that big right now as we talk. It's being mobile is one of the worst things in the world right now for me, but being a chef was something I always wanted to be, man. It was just something that when the basketball thing didn't work out, because I always thought I was gonna be a basketball player, just like every other kid, They tell you get trophies and tell you you're good, and you're in the newspaper, and you're like gonna be the next big thing, Mr. Basketball, this and that in town, and the next thing you know, hanging out with the wrong group of guys at one time, and I got in trouble in school. I actually got caught with a firearm in school property, and that just killed me.
Damn.
Crushed my dreams of ever, of course I got expelled and this and that, and then cooking was my backup. And I'm like, you know what, I'm pretty good at this. Oh shit, what, I can make $15 an hour at fucking 18 years old. Oh shit, and then next thing you know, I'm making $28 an hour at 20 some years old. Oh shit, there's money in this, and I love doing it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, it was when they tell a 6'2" cook, the food's bad. So.
Yeah. And it's funny, I told you, I tore both rotator cuffs, and people are like, oh, but you don't pitch, you don't do that. But when you're a chef, man, you're getting stuff from the top, the bottom, reaching in the coolers, and this is 30 years of this, moving around and this and that. You get carpal tunnel in your hands from kneading dough. It's hard work. It's not it's a lot of sweat. Not only because it's 100 degrees in the kitchen, but it's still it's a lot of work, man. But it's something you have to have a passion for. That I tell you, you have to have a passion.
You ever met any Magic players down there?
What?
Have you ever met any Magic players?
I've actually cooked for Magic players. I've cooked for New York Mets players. I've cooked for the Olympics when they were in Georgia. I went over there on Airmark cooking crew, and we catered for the top lines. I worked for the Wide World of Sports here in Disney World, where the Atlanta Braves, when Atlanta Braves play a spring ball, they used to, but they don't now. This last year was their last year, but
yeah.
And that's when John Smoltz, Greg Maddux, and all those guys were on the team. So I got to meet all of them. It's not a ball. I've actually got to meet Michael Jordan at the ESPN club. You're not allowed to really ask for pictures, but you can say hi, whatever. But cook-wise, yeah, I've cooked for some Magic players. I cooked for Bo Outlaw and his family. I've cooked for Donald Roy and his family. It was like a little group thing. But yeah, this cooking thing, man, you can meet a lot of good people, man. You can, I cooked a lot. I cooked with a lot of famous chefs. You know what I mean? I had opportunity to learn from some great chefs. Some who are on TV actually. So, but yeah, it's a good gig, man. Especially out here in the sports. Like I live in the middle. Like I live like in the county line of Orlando and Kissimmee, Florida. So it's like I live in Osceola County and Orange County is Orlando, but like I said, I can go on one side of the line and I'm like right here. We're like sister brothers. So we have a lot of sporting things out here. We used by the way, I also worked for the Houston Astros spring training facility, so I cooked for the Astros players also.
Oh, so they're used to garbage can banging. I hear you.
Yeah. I cook. Man, listen, anywhere I get a gig, get that money, man. That money, man. They pay good.
Man. Get it.
Hey, the players tip good too.
Mm-hmm.
They tip good.
That's what I heard.
Could have been like Penny's private chef, because I hear his house was pretty nice.
Huh?
I say probably could have been like Penny's private chef.
I actually, it was a spring. One time we were at the wing house and I noticed the blue and black motorcycles parked out front, and I seen the T-Mac on it. I'm like, no. Went inside and Tracy McGrady was there. So we got to kicking it with Tracy McGrady for a while. Me, my good boy, my good friend Ray, and Ray Sanchez and I we were just hanging out with him, We got drunk. Say, hey, you guys, and we were actually with a couple of females that one of them, Tracy, I was supposed to be talking to, but Tracy kind of got an interest in. And I was like, yeah, go ahead, man. Yeah. He asked me, like, yo, is that you? Is that you? I'm like, nah, man. Do what you do, bro. So he invited us back to his place, man. And big ass place, man. So we ended up hanging out at his place, and I ended up cooking for him. And he's like, yo, everybody, we hungry. He said, man, you the chef. You told me you're the chef, right? Yeah, then go whip something up. I said, I opened up the fridge and, man, you ain't got shit in here, man. What you want me to whip up? You ain't got nothing in here. He's like, man, yeah, man, I just got back in town. I'm like, oh, shit, you got to eat. Whatever, man. Yeah, shit to cook, man. But I would have loved to cook for him at that time, but he had no goddamn food. He trying to get me to leave the house and shit. Hey, go get some here, man. Take some money, go pick up some food. Yeah, but you can be alone with old girl. You think I'm stupid, dog? But after that day, man, yeah, I've hung out with Tracy McGrady a couple of times. He's a down-to-earth dude, man. They're both from, him and Vince are from up the street, man, 40-minute drive, Auburndale, Florida. So, you know, he's a local. He's known to be walking around here in certain places, like the Wing House, the mall, shit like that. You know, these guys stay grounded, man. I like that about them.
That's what's up. So if you were to create a Mount Rushmore of the Orlando Magic, if you were to create like a Mount Rushmore for Orlando Magic team.
Okay. How many is that? 4 or 5? That's 4, right?
5.
Oh,
okay, 4. One for each position.
Well, I got to go with the original Magic, man, Nick Anderson. He's going to be on my for the Magic because he's the original. And he finished, yeah, he had a great career with us. He was good. Shaq, of course. You know, it's tough, man. A lot of people would I probably won't put Nick Anderson up there, but I was a big fan of him. I met him a few times. I hung out with him when the All-Star game was here in Orlando in '92, I believe was. I hung out with him in Batumbo. I got pictures and stuff. We hang out with my kids. They were awesome with my kids. My 2 daughters at the time were probably about 6 or 7 years old. And they were really, and they signed the jersey. He was so down to earth, man. Also, I'm definitely going to put Tracy McGrady on there, of course.
Okay.
I want to say Penny, man, you know, Shaq. So, yeah, I don't want to leave Scott Skiles out, but I'm going to. But it's going to be mine. It's going to be Shaq, Nick Anderson, Tracy McGrady, and Penny Hardaway.
Good list.
And there's a couple out there, like I said, Scott Skiles, who's a journeyman for us, and who was, to this day, he owns the most assists in the game at 30.
Right.
He holds that record, by the way, still to this day. I don't think nobody's ever got more than 30 assists in one game.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna break it.
That was a beautiful game, by the way, too. I mean, to watch something like that, you know, it's not being selfish. And that guy was really gritty too, man. He would. I just got to go with my heart with the Nick Anderson one, but I think maybe Scott Skiles might have accomplished just a little bit more on the court. But Nick Anderson has, you know, it's a heart thing, man. It's more of a cool dude, man. Really cool dude. Still here, still works for the Magic. Still, and that's probably why too, you know. Scotty left and everything, but he's still in Orlando. He's still doing neighborhood stuff for the community. He's still on the Magic channel on Fox. So yeah, I'm gonna go with him. So those are my 4. I think those are good 4 too, by the way.
That is pretty good.
I know I didn't mention Dwight Howard also, but it's only 4, and I'm just going with the longevity. You know, Dwight Howard got 2 Defensive Players of the Year for us. He was a great talent, man, but it was just short-lived as far as when he hurt his back. I don't think he ever came back 100% from that back surgery he had. And then, but yeah, I'm just gonna pick Nick Anderson, man, before Scotty Skiles and Dwight Howard. Even though Dwight Howard's one of my favorites, but I just think if you go Mount Rushmore and what they accomplished and what they're doing now, I think those 4 will be the best.
It's a strong list.
You know, inside of basketball and outside of basketball, you know.
I like it.
Penny Hardaway, great guy also from Memphis. He teaches kids how to, you know, teach his kids over there. Now he got the job at Memphis, which was his dream job. But before that, he did AAU basketball, and he was like a legend as a coach over there, man. Like he won a lot of championships as I think a three-peat. I'm almost thinking. But it's just the things that they do off court too that makes me put them on the Mount Rushmore, not just on the court. Of course, you know, McGrady. I mean, the guy's, like I said, he's still grounded here in Orlando. Still grounded. Good guy, man. Really good. Those are good people. I'm happy to have the privilege of meeting them all. I met Shaq when he first came down here. Like his first year. Never met him after that. I've never really bumped heads with him like that. But just one of those high and buys to quick picture type things, you know. A team outing, you know, and they have, hey, you can go meet the player at sporting goods, stuff like that. Get in line, meet him. Hey, what's up, big man? Hey, what's up? Hey, bye. You know what I mean? But yeah, what do you guys? What is? So you're a Knicks fan down below, Jacob. But what's your 4?
My 4, Ewing, always gonna be there.
Of course.
Yep, Ewing. Let's see, Clyde is definitely gonna be my point. And I'm gonna put him up here. Definitely Melo. He's on it.
Oh, of course. I mean,
He is on it.
Wait, hold on. Let me end this. Meeting real fast.
I think Melo belongs there. I think Melo belongs there.
Yeah, you gotta think. I'm trying. Clyde, I didn't really see play, but his impact on it, like I said, you said impact and what he's doing now. That's what I'm going with. Ewing and Melo and what he did. And the last one, I'm going to go with. Knicks had a lot of good players. I'll give you that. Oh man, it's rough. Wait a second. I got 2 in my mind right now that I'm gonna. Man. And I'm going to go with Bernard King.
Oh, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that.
I was going.
You did mention Frazier, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say. Oh yeah, and then King, of course, yeah.
I got to.
He was a beast with the ball, man.
Yeah.
I would, a lot of guys would have put different guys up there like Starks and stuff, but you got.
I love John Starks, but nah, he's not.
See, I go with my 4 only because we don't have a long history like you guys do. You know what I'm saying? What's your team? Your team is
Nets.
The Nets. Okay, so yes, you guys, New Jersey Nets. So you guys have a longer history than I do. You got Brooklyn. Now they're Brooklyn, but you still go back into the Nets. What is your 4?
So.
And I know one for sure got to be on there. I
like just Dr. J.
I played against one of them
because I've never seen him play. I have Jason Kidd because he went to back-to-back finals.
That's the one I played against. I played against him once.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he came to the Florida Milk Challenge here in Florida.
Nice.
He's in high school, yeah.
This one's actually pretty recent. Probably Brooke Lopez.
Okay.
Man, I mean, he was there a while, and he's contributed a lot.
He was good, and he was able to he reestablished his career under Kenny.
He did. It's good.
There's a Nets player that I can't get his name in my head, man. He was older team. It was really good though back in those days.
Kenny Anderson?
No, not Kenny. No, Kenny Anderson was. Oh yeah.
Kenny Anderson was.
Queen, stand up.
I think he recently passed away, didn't he?
Oh,
I think he did. Kenny Anderson had like a heart problem. I know his wife was on that basketball show. Anyways, damn, what's his name, man? That guy. I think his last name was Williams. No.
What was it?
I'm thinking it's Williams, but it's not the Jason Williams dude. It's
not Buck. Buck Williams.
He played in the 80s and the 70s. Williams? Really good, man. Can't get his name. Williams? I can't get his name. But
might have been Buck Williams.
That gotta be Buck.
And Felipe said too, Petrovic. I can't say his name.
Drazen, yeah. Drazen.
Yeah, he's man.
Drazen. How could I forget Drazen?
He would have took the Nets to the Magic Land, to the Promised Land if it wasn't if that tragedy didn't happen. He was good. He was really good.
He was. So yeah, because I was watching. I didn't see like full games of him, but what I did see the other day, that guy was sick, man. I really wish I saw him.
Yes. The other day when you played at a watch party with the Magic in the New Jersey.
And then I didn't realize Nick Anderson dropped 50 in that game.
Yeah. Nick Anderson, man, I tell you, man.
You can light it up.
Yeah, he Buck Williams.
Yeah,
Buck.
Buck. Did you say Buck? I didn't hear it. Yeah, okay, Buck Williams. I remember, that was my generation. Dr. J, Buck Williams, yeah.
He was good. Buck was actually good, I heard.
How about Jefferson? You didn't really like what he contributed, or?
Man.
Oh. So.
Why nobody likes Jefferson, man?
He talks too damn much.
He got a job now. That's what he's supposed to do.
I know, but damn, he just speak like he was just before you say it, I love the part when Greeny and Daniel Jones shut his ass down when they were like, "Oh yeah, they did something. They traded me in," and they were like, "Guess what? The Nets got better." His face, with his ears.
I see him trying. I see him trying out there, man. I think it was the last time I seen him on TV. I think Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith he ate him up on first date.
Mm-hmm.
They go at it. I like that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But he did go. He did go to back finals too, didn't he? With the Jason Kidd era.
Yeah. Jason Kidd, Kenyon Martin.
Yeah.
Like the first year, second year was I think Mutombo. But they
some of these teams, like I said, look what happened to us, man. Like New Jersey went to back-to-back finals, and then boom, the Magic went to back-to-back, to the finals a couple times, and then everything started. And then everything started like used to be able to rebound like off a bad season quicker. Now it's taking 5-6 years to rebound, and it's because the guys are teaming with each other, and it's because. I don't know. I think the draft is not that great lately. I mean, there's a couple stars out there, but not, and that's what happens when you don't have these kids go to college more than 1 year. I mean, if you think about the talent level from, like, let's say, my generation, I'm 47, by the way, so if the drafts used to be from guys that played 2 or 3 years in college, up 3 years in college, 4 years in college. And look, Michael Jordan played 3 years in college. I mean, it just because you had to get better. It wasn't just, I'm thinking I'm the shit right out of high school, man. You know what I mean? You got to go in there and get the discipline. And I know it's a money thing now. I mean, I understand that now. It's okay. You go to college, you can get hurt, and then my career might be over. But there's got to be some kind of insurance these guys can be able to get because they make the NCAA billions of dollars playing ball for them, and it should give them some kind of insurance where if you get hurt. I've always been a big fan of that. I feel like they get hurt during college because, okay, you want us to make you money and stay in college, then assure me that if something happens to me, I'm going to get a couple $1 million because I can leave right now and go make those millions. But if you want me to make you guys this money, help me out here. Brother one, we shouldn't be starving before we go to bed every night. College athletes, they don't, I guess what I'm trying to say, they should start getting paid. I think if they start getting paid, they will be less hungry. Kids going to bed hungry, going to sleep hungry. And number one, number two, it'll make them want to stay in college where you make more money and they get better. And then at the end of it all, when they come to the NBA, we get better product, better talent. Exactly. Because you take a kid out of high school and he might have the abilities, but the knowledge is the knowledge, man. You got to know the game more. It ain't, I don't know. I just think that organized ball is, coming out of high school. I think when you go to college, it's a whole different, the speed level is a whole different thing, man. Mm-hmm. The pressure, too. Remember, those stadiums are packed. Them stadiums are packed in college. I mean, you got to get that out of your system, man. It's not like going to a high school game. You got a couple guys hanging out watching you, you know what I'm saying? The atmosphere has a lot to do with it, is what I'm trying to say, Mm-hmm. Yeah. You gotta build on that. You gotta build your mind, your nerves. LeBron's probably one of the exceptions. Guys that made it out of high school. Like for instance, Kevin
Garnett. Yeah.
Kobe. Garnett came out of high school. He's in the Hall of Fame right now. There's so many. There's Kobe Bryant's another one. Those are different breeds. But there's just a lot of subpar average high school players that try it. And they end up they don't end up that great. There's a few. I can't get a couple names, but there's a
Darius Miles.
High school that never, huh?
Darius Miles. I said Kwame Brown.
Yes, there's a couple, man. O'Neal never like became this super duper Jermaine O'Neal. I believe he came out. Yes, he never became a super duper deal either. He was pretty good with the Pacers.
It took him a little bit.
But it took him a while to get going, and that's my point. Why take you a while when you could do that in college for 2 years and come out here and you ready, you strong? You guys are this thin, man, coming out of high school, man. You can't go in the NBA like that. I always thought Kevin Garnett would never, because he was so thin and you get muscle. But remember, he had the Shaq. He was in there with a young Shaq. You couldn't hang with Shaq. Couldn't even hang with the Admiral because he was so thin. And he stayed thin. But I guess the way the game changed, where it wasn't that too much post. Now I'm telling you, the game changed. The whole atmosphere of the game. Yep. Like I always said that the West Coast ball was the fast running back and forth type of game. But then in the East, they played a half court game, post up. picks, you know, and so and that's two different types of game that I believe in my heart that a lot of these young kids can't post up a Shaq coming out of high school, you know, or David Robinson, the Admiral, will eat them up, or let's just say like Olajuwon. Hey, eat up these young little skinny kids, man. Go to college, get some meat on your bones, man. You know, come in and handle your business. But they don't. If they need the money and their family needs the money, I don't blame them for leaving either. You know.
Facts. Speaking of getting some meat on their bones, I think we got some workout videos that
Felipe said he disagrees. He said in the 1990s, no team could rebound because of the Bulls. You ain't lying, though. You ain't lying.
I mean, he isn't lying.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Knicks would have had a ring.
Hey, I'm telling you, man. Everybody keeps saying that Mike had all the help in the world, but if you go down the list of names, besides Horace Grant and Scotty, look at the B.J. Armstrong, Will Perdue, Luke Longley. Luke Longley. I mean, go down the list. It wasn't Bill Cartwright.
Yeah, he put that team together, man.
No, yeah. And that's why I'm definitely gonna watch that show tomorrow. I'm gonna be tuning in. But those are my yesteryears, man. I was a big Bulls fan back in those days, man.
John Paxson.
Those were the days.
Steve Kerr.
Yeah, look, but Steve Kerr got mad rings now, bro.
Oh yeah.
Tony Kukoc.
No, there was a lot of, you know, for a couple of years he had Dennis Rodman.
Yep.
You know, a lot of people say, oh, but you had Dennis Rodman, but you had Dennis Rodman, you didn't have the worm. It's different. It was a difference. You know, you had Dennis Rodman. I don't think you had the worm. You know, he wasn't pulling the 25 rebounds a game like he used to. You know what I mean?
Nah, he went a little.
Oh yeah.
We all know about that.
Robert would average 20 rebounds a game, though. Oh yeah. They call him the worm for a reason.
Oh yeah.
Facts. So we gave you tips on movies, tips on video games.
Thanks.
Now we're going to give you some tips on how to stay fit, active during this crazy time of isolation. Because it's pretty easy to, you know, get out of shape and lose your way and whatnot. So share my screen for a bit. If we have some, you can explain, I guess, kind of what's going on. Cool.
What's up, Stepback fam? In this video, I'm going to show you a few of my exercises that I perform on certain days. Like Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, I work my upper body. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I work the lower. But my upper hasn't been. I've been kind of slacking off because I have tennis elbow, which affects basically your elbow and your forearm. So basically when I curl up like this, it's a big amount of pain, but I'm going to show you a few. I'm not going to go through my whole exercises, obviously. So here we go. My first one that I work with is the bicep curls. So, you know, I use 20s and 25s. So I'm going to do a few of them. Just back and bend through the paper a little bit, but take them. You can do alternating. You can do that. You can back up, or you can just do them at once. I like to alternate. I feel like it concentrates on them a little bit better. The second one that I do is the hammer curl, which works their biceps as well. You can, you know, slowly do that, and that works on your forearm as well. And which is a really good exercise. So you just, you know, bring them up, or you can alternate. Do that. It's really good. My next one that I do usually is the bent over rows, which works on your triceps. You know, it helps out from right here. Area right here, back. Show you this area. But basically, you bend over like this, and then you bring it up slowly. Bring it up. Bring it up again. That's another good one. Another one that I do for tries is, we call them like skull crushers, if you want to call it that. You bring it up like this, bring it down, bring it back up, bring it back up, bring it back up slowly. Elbow's killing me. Or my next one that I do, seated triceps extension. So I'm just basically sitting. I'll get the lighter ones. I'm sitting on a bench and I'm doing this. You know, works out your traps and your shoulders a little bit. It's a decent chest exercise. Same thing as bench pressing a little bit. Then I do dumbbell shrugs. You know, you hold the dumbbells. You're going a concentrated move. Boom, boom. You can do that. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I usually do lunges, weighted lunges. I'll hold the weight, you know, lunge when you step it back and then you bring it forward, bring it back up, down. You do 4 sets of 10, 15, you get a nice little burn. You'll feel it, you will feel it right in your legs. You won't be able to walk the next day if you do them right. You'll be sitting in the office in pain, but they work. I do kettlebell swings. My kettlebell's actually downstairs, so kettlebell, you take it like this. It's like a squat. Bring it back up. Sorry about that. So basically you bring it, take a kettlebell swing, it's like a squat, bring it up. That works the same thing as that extension I was talking about. You do that, works the same thing, but it works your hamstrings as well as like a nice full body. I do dumbbell step ups, like I'll get on the stairs and then I'll step up on it, make sure I'm contracting my calves. Calf raise, the same thing, you stand, contract your calves, you do that. Lower body crunches, you know, I'll get down and do a few. You can see me, let me adjust it. So get down. Oh, I'm getting old. You get down, bring it up a little bit, make sure you're contracting your lower body, your abdomen, make sure you're contracting it. Bring it up, feel that burn, come down, bring it back up, feel the burn, come down. That's another thing I do. I have an agility set that I use, and you know, we get that done. Another good workout, push-ups, of course. You know, I can give you 10 right quick. Doesn't hurt too bad, but take it. Deep breath. Make sure it's your hands are shoulder lengths apart, and then you just bring it back up. 1, bring it down, bring it back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep your elbows straight. And that's pretty much, I do a few more bench press, like I said, but I'm not going to do that because it kills my elbow right now. I got to find a weight where I can actually do it. That's a good upper body as well. Do a little treadmill work, 15 to 20 minutes. You know, run, you know, light jog. You can do all that. But other than that, it's a little workout. It takes some time because, you know, I'm always changing stuff and I'll write down what I like, what I don't. So, just a few other exercises if you want to go over, or if you have any suggestions, you know, type them up in the group and let me know. We're always down for input. See you later, fam.
Job. That's a good job. First things first, I want to sit here and just say, watching that video, that I love that hat.
Thank you. Jet up.
I mean, I'm not trying to make the video. That was a sick hat. That's an old logo. That's one of my favorite Jets logo, by the way. Favorite Jets logo. That shit, it was badass. And the shirt too, the Iron Mike shirt.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, see those things there? That's exactly. But you don't need to go to the gym when you do stuff like that right there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I have a treadmill on my back porch now. You know what I'm saying? That. And I noticed, and for people that don't have weights at their house, like for instance, I went in my shed and I took 2 sandbags, you know, and a sandbag at least 15 pounds each, and I'm using sandbag. So there's there's things you can you can use in substitute of weights if you don't have weights. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
A lot of people don't have dumb bars and stuff like that. And then for the back of your forearms, you can always use a chair and then go down
your dips,
your feet out. A lot of different things you can do at home. Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, everybody, you got to stay fit, man. You got to be able to keep that vertical, man. Can't play ball with no vertical, man.
Exactly.
You got to put that weight on, man. It should keep you grounded.
How do we keep that weight off? What's the proper diet that?
Well, yeah. See, the biggest things. I'm a diabetic, so my biggest thing is I can't eat sugar, of course, because I'm diabetic. But a lot of people think it's just about sugar. So this is where it's the carbs. Carbs turn into sugar in your body. So the biggest thing I would tell everybody to do if you really want to lose weight is start salt. So you don't have to just go cold turkey, but cut your carbs in half. No soda, no breads, no pastas. There are substitutes for rice and stuff like that. It's cauliflower rice. There's if you want to eat bread, eat wheat bread. It's just cut things in half to see how you feel, and I guarantee you'll feel a lot better. But the main concern to losing weight would be is your snacks. It's what you consume. If you consume you go eat a little bag of chips and a soda for a snack, then you're good. But if you go eat an orange and a glass of orange juice or something, there's just you gotta go in the health way. My biggest thing again is the carbs though. That's where the weights are at. You can still eat your proteins, you can still eat your fish, and it's the way you make it too. You can eat chicken, but you don't eat the fried chicken. You can bake it, put it in the oven on the pan, bake it. It tastes real good. Put it on the grill. Don't fry it. Don't bread it. If you're breading carbs, you get more weight, more calories. So just stuff like that, man. A lot of vegetables, man. If you don't like them, man, you can always add a little butter and garlic to it, man. It gives it a better taste. That's what I do here for my kids to eat it. Sometimes they don't. Man, my kids never did like vegetables, but when I make vegetables now, can I get more? Because a little garlic, a little seasoning. You don't have to just eat them right out, boil them and eat them plain like that, man. And a lot of people, that's where like, I don't like vegetables, but. But yeah, there's so many ways you can incorporate healthy stuff in your day, man. And like I said, you don't have to go cold turkey. You can just start slow, man. Start slow instead of I like to do is what I do now is to stay healthy. I drink breakfast shakes, the carnation breakfast shakes, and that would be my breakfast. And then if I eat a breakfast like today, I eat biscuits and gravy because I spoil myself on Saturdays. Then later for lunch, I'll have one of the shakes. So I always have to substitute one of my meals with the shake instead of eating meals.
Okay.
Also, being diabetic, I have to eat smaller portions because the more I eat, the more my blood sugar goes high, and I have to shoot myself with insulin. But everybody can do that. It's all about portions, man. You know what I mean? You can control your portions and control the snacks you eat. I think you can lose weight in a week. I bet you can lose 2 to 3 pounds just by cutting in half the carbs you intake now. Yep. Just by cutting carbs, man. Believe it or not, man. And then of course the little things, and also the little other things you have to do, like Jacob's exercise. You have to exercise. You can lose weight just eating, but you're gonna lose muscle tone, and you got to keep the muscle tone. That will keep your weight up because you don't want to lose all this freaking weight and be all, you want to be nice and tight, you can't see it now, but I have a big shirt on, but I'm a big body dude, but it's still tight, you know what I mean? I might just have a little belly because I used to drink a lot of beer, but
I mean, nothing wrong with beer, though.
Right now, I gotta do sit-ups. There's a lot of tricks out there too. There's a lot of the keto diet. There's also a no carb diet. I mean, like I said, most of these diets consist of no carbs, and because that's the biggest thing. That's the fat. That's what makes the fat, man, and the sugar in your body and stuff like that. So,
man, I'm loving this information.
No, yeah, it's when I first found out I was diabetic and I had to cut the carbs and stuff, I thought it was the end of my life, man, the end of my world. Like, oh my God, I can't eat what I like. But there's just so many substitutions, man. Instead of white rice, what else can I make? And you'll see this. You can make rice out of cauliflower. There's so many other choices you have. When I make spaghetti and I don't want to eat spaghetti, what I do is I have this thing called a swirl. You take a zucchini and you grind it into this thing and it makes strings like spaghetti. And I'll use the zucchini as my pasta. I have my meatballs, my protein, and my sauce, but the zucchini will be the pasta instead of my pasta. Oh yeah, there's a lot of different things you can do out there, man.
I actually did hear about
that. That's what I do here for my wife, because she likes to eat that healthy stuff too. So.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get that stuff at like Whole Foods and Trader Joe's.
Oh no,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
So yeah,
you,
like
you know,
all that stuff. So
and,
yeah,
and you know, yes, don't get discouraged, and a lot of people get discouraged because you know what? It's cheaper to eat the garbage, man. It is really cheaper. It's easy to go get a dollar menu burger, but when you go to Whole Foods and you go try to, and that's where I think that where our society / government is so off. They want you to eat healthy, but it's more expensive. A bag of oranges costs $7. And I live in Florida. They're growing on fucking trees out here, but I gotta pay $7 on. You know, I better pay $7 for a bag of oranges, man. But so, and then apples too, another $6 a bag for them. You know, eating healthy is expensive, but it's true what to say. You get what you pay for, but at the same time, if you want healthier kids in this world and you want healthier people in this world, take care of obesity, why not make, you know, it's got to be an easier way here for people that can afford this stuff. It's really expensive to eat healthy, guys. I'm not even like making this shit up. It's crazy.
That's true.
It's really expensive. I mean, it adds a good $40 to your $40 to $50 to your grocery bill a week just to buy the fruits and the healthy stuff. It's crazy, man. You know, have I spent $40 on worse things? Hell yeah. So I'm not gonna complain. But at the same time, make it easier for these kids to be able to get. You know, you don't want to take care of obesity. My thing is, let's make it, you know, make it more reasonable for people that can afford this stuff.
Yeah,
know?
man. You can't put a price on health, and that's unfortunately.
Oh no,
That's
yeah.
and
You know what? I wish I knew when I don't mean to cut you off, but I wish somewhere in my life down the line that I would have focused more on that now, being that I'm 47 with high blood pressure, diabetes, joint problems. I need a knee, you know, it's just so much that at a young age, you don't think you're just having fun. I'm young, I'm having fun. Now is the time. Do you want to be old and have fun? Now is the time to take, because when you get to past the 40, 50s, your body starts to deteriorate because you didn't take care of it. Then it's the painful part of your life now. It ain't no more fun. Now it's like waking up every morning with pain, going to sleep with pain, you know, and having to rely on meds and stuff like that. So my advice to everybody that's in the 20s, 30s, even young as can be, man, just take care of your body, man. Take it from me, trust me. I wish that was one thing that I learned at a young age that I didn't, and I'm paying for it now. And that's why I'm spending the extra money for my kids to eat healthy, because I don't want them to live. I tell them every day, you don't want to live like me, man. You don't want to look at daddy. Daddy wakes up in pain. I mean, I can't even go in the backyard and throw the ball with you right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't even move my leg. So with that, it does hinder your life, man. It does, you know, your activities with your family. You know, you can't have fun with the kids in the backyard, and it makes you feel less of a father because you want to be out there teaching your boy how to throw the ball, but physically you can't. So those are the little things when you're out there young. Oh, I'm young, I'm having fun. Just think about those things you want in the future. It might direct you in the right path, you know.
Exactly.
Always words of wisdom from Johnny here. I'm glad we able to get you on, because you know, well respected. Obviously a day one guy with all these teams you've been rooting for.
Appreciate it.
Couple things. I see, Jacob, you have a Carl Anthony Towns jersey on.
Sir.
Yeah.
I noticed y'all both wearing Timberwolves here. I was like, wait. Like, I'm wearing the wrong team here. Hold up. I might have a Timberwolves hat in my collection, though. I have a big hat collection. I got like about 200 hats.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you. But yeah, Cat is definitely one of my favorite guys. I still follow the Timberwolves to this day. Like I said, I'm a big KG guy. That's my favorite player. But Cat is one dude that I actually follow. See you since Kentucky. You know, and it was a week ago his mom passed away.
Yeah, she died of the coronavirus, man.
Yeah, it's crazy just to see what he was going through. And, you know, me and Leon, we went through that, losing that parent. You know, it's just something that you can't replace. There's nothing like the love of your mother. No. Just seeing probably from him, I went to the same team, my mom deteriorated. Just like, wow, man, this is crazy, man.
I tell my kids that every day that you listen, when it comes to the parents, you have multiple uncles and aunts, you have multiple grandparents, you have 4 grandparents, but you only have one mother and one father, and that's I still have my mom, but my dad passed away in 08 with liver cancer, and so yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. He died young, 58 years old, man, 58 years old. So, and you know, I'm glad his father's doing better, because I believe both of his parents had it.
Right.
Both Tom's his mother had it and his father, but his mom passed away. I have a couple friends that lost their father, mother, Stuart, because of the virus. Our good buddy, our brother Henry has it, and I think he's doing better now. He's doing better. I text him, and it's scary, man. It's scary times, man. Scary times.
Yeah, man. You gotta practice this social distancing, man. You gotta take it seriously.
Oh yeah. Listen, I said it before. I'll say it again, man. Everybody's worried about their livelihoods, but let me tell you, you ain't got no livelihoods without your life, man. You gotta take care of this serious. Again, you might be the strongest buck in the world right now. Your immune system, you're good, but it's what you bring back home to your family that's I like my kids. I'm coming over, Dad. I said, Mom, let me wait to see if you're taking this thing serious. If you're taking it serious, then nobody can come over to the house. I can't afford to get sick. You know what I mean? If you're at home and I'm watching social media, I'm a quarantine and I'm talking to you, what are you doing? I'm at home, Dad. I'm at home, Dad. Yeah, okay. I see you're taking it serious. You can take a ride over here, coming out. But if I see you out and about and hanging out and not giving a shit, man, you can't bring that shit home to Daddy because I feel like I'm be the one to go, man. When I can't, my immune system is bad. I got problems with my white blood cells. But yeah, man, just take care of your families. You have to stay sane too, people. It's not just about your body; it's about your mind also. Read books. That'd be another great advice to get your mind off of things. You can't just sit there in front of the tube all day watching TV. And enjoy your kids. Maybe you have children. Take your kids out the backyard and take advantage. It necessarily doesn't have to be all bad, man. You could take this time to reconnect with your kids, because let's say you're a parent that works 50 to 60 hours a week, and now you have time with your kids. And hey, I missed the ball game. I missed this. Hey, let's go out and show me what you did at the ball game, boy. Let me see you swing. You know what I mean? And it's a mind thing too, man. Don't go crazy. Get your mind right and read a book. I like to read. I like to read a lot, man, and that keeps me sane. You know what I mean? So.
Read exercises with your kids. You could use it as a fun experience. You could use it as punishment. Either one. Either way, they get the work done.
Hey, I'm out here playing bingo with the kids, though.
There you go.
Do what I do.
I usually take Blake and Gianna.
They don't want to play Monopoly with me because they say I always got all the money. I be cheating. I cheat. Nah, I'm joking. I say I cheat, man. I just I'm just a better businessman. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Yeah, that's definitely. I agree with you, John. That's what I do. I take Blake and Gianna out for recess. It's snowing up here right now, but
wow.
We go. Yeah, it's crazy, but I take them out. Blake is starting to like take a liking to basketball. We'll go out, shoot a couple of jumpers. We'll have a little game where we'll try to get to 10 shots before whoever does it. He has a blast with it. I don't let him win, but he got me like early in the week. But I usually get him because I got to teach him some kind of competitiveness. I'm not gonna always let you win.
Yeah, my son plays baseball. He's 5. He's only 5, but.
He's getting good. He's good, though.
He's doing his thing, but he tells me straight up he doesn't want to play baseball. And I'm like, well, you don't want to play baseball. You don't have to play baseball. My grandson is 9 years old, and he's like a superstar, a 9-year-old soccer player. So my son wants to go after, be like him. He wants to play soccer. But his mother's like, no, you play baseball. And I'm like, hey, don't do that, man. Let him pick it. He's young right now. Don't get into the game, But right now it's like. She's like, nah, he's playing baseball because it's a family. It's a baseball family in her eyes. Don't force him though, but as long as he's having fun, that's all that matters. And he's having fun. Now he's starting. In the beginning, I don't want to play. I'm like, what? I tell him don't play, but Mom's like, no, he's playing. I paid for the uniform. He's playing.
Yeah, X will get it though. He'll start loving it though.
Yeah. I wish that thank God my oldest son's 21, and. So there's a big age difference there, a 16-year-old age difference. So I tell Xavier that he has 2 fathers. He has me and he has his big brother. So the things that I can't do, and then my son, before this virus thing started coming around, my oldest son comes around, like, hey, Dad, come on, Xavier, I'm taking you to the backyard. He fills my shoes because I'm not physically able to do the running and stuff. So he looks out, man. He looks out. That's a good thing.
What I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I raised him right.
There you go.
Speaking of child prodigies, close this out.
Yeah,
We had the WNBA draft last night. A New York team finally had the #1 pick.
That's right.
They pick up Sabrina Ionescu.
Mm-hmm.
Going to perform a pretty
I'm
good.
glad to see that the ladies are starting to get their money and they're starting to get a little more recognition as they should. You know, when it comes
Yeah.
to the WNBA, you know, there is a, like in every sport where there's a women's team and a men's team, like in soccer, USA Soccer, the pay difference is crazy different. And you know, I'm just happy to see that the girls are happy with their new stuff and new deals and stuff. So that's a good thing too, man. I heard them talking a lot about that at the draft yesterday. I watched the beginning, but then you know, I didn't get to watch the finish of it. I don't know who exactly who went where.
Yeah, there was. There was quite a few. I mean, I didn't catch the entire thing. I caught like maybe the first 5 picks or so.
Yeah, I caught the like the first 10 or something like that. Then I was like, yeah. I already cared about the Liberty. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't even know if they do this, but I just wish they sell men's size jerseys for these women back, man. I want to be a fan, man.
I think they do.
They do. I haven't seen them, man.
I haven't seen them either.
But I think we lost our team here. We had the Orlando Miracle. Miracle. We lost our team. I don't know what happened, man.
Holy shit.
I mean, I think at some point they'll expand again because they went to Atlanta. They had the Dallas team pop up, so I think they'll come back.
Right. No, you know, it'd be nice. I mean, it was. I don't know why. This town here in Orlando, we are a basketball town, but more. I feel more of a baseball, and we don't have a baseball team, so I don't know why the ladies team didn't make it. I don't think they were getting too many people going to the games.
Mm-hmm.
I love all sports, whether it's a woman playing in or a man. So I did go to a few of the games, but you know, it's a business, man, and that's the crazy part is that you know, if you don't make that money, people, oh, why did they go? Well, you know what? You didn't go to the game. You didn't buy the jerseys. You didn't buy this. Now you think these guys get paid? Other players get paid, man.
Yeah, and like now these WNBA players are forming their own like super teams. You see with the Mercury and now the Mystics. So they're starting to do everything. So you know, whenever it comes back, I'm glad to watch something on TV.
Yeah. No, I mean, I watch a few games on the TV. I'm not gonna say it. I know, you know, there's stars that I like. I like the UConn product, maybe because I'm biased, but Travasi is one of my girl, man. Ever since you know, from day one, she lit it up for us in UConn, and she came to that. And the other UConn great, this girl Rebecca Lobo back in the day to the league. I'm a big UConn all the way, men's and ladies. I've always you'll see me always posting my stuff because. So I follow them when I see look on the TV guys like oh her team is playing, let me go see her because I used to watch her play college ball, so it's always good to you know. And you know, Kobe Bryant was a big fan of hers. I noticed that at his wake, she was picked to say some words because they were really tight, man. You know. She has that hunger, man. I've never seen a woman play basketball like her, like the hunger. She had the mama mentality for sure.
She did.
It was a nice gesture they did being honorary picks last night.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. No, she was in UConn she was a beast. Loved it. And not even just UConn, man, in high school. I mean, I know about her since high school. So nice. I get the ladies a love, man. I said, but I never found a men's jersey. I'll wear one. Shit, I'll add it to the collection.
There you go. But yeah, that was a nice gesture. Like you said, Leon, it was definitely a nice gesture to drafting and honorary 3 girls that, you know, passed away along with Gianna, the other 2, you know, it's Antebelly, and it's definitely really cool.
It went with the whole girl dad theme. Like he really he picked their brains for his daughter. He really took initiative to call them and reach out to them so they can talk to his daughter and show, you know, he picked the it wasn't like it was by accident, man. These girls are they had the mama mentality type of style play where he loved that part about them where he reached out to them to get in their daughter's life and help his daughter out, man. So he's you know, he's a good dude, you know, man. I'm still in shock. I can't believe it still.
Yeah, me neither, man.
I can't even. I still think it was like, wow. That's just wow.
Bro, 2020's been trash.
That's for
It's
damn
just-
sure.
It's
Oh,
just
no.
that way,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, yeah. This year has been
trash.
this year has been a grind, man. We're definitely yeah, they whipping our 2020's whipping our asses, man. 2020 is putting a beat down on everybody, and man, celebrated like it was gonna be a good year for everybody. It's just I got different plans for y'all. Sad, man, sad, but you know, hey, life goes on and you learn.
Facts. But it's been really great having you on the show, and we learned a lot about you. You can catch Johnny here
Appreciate
Wednesday nights.
Wednesday night, 6 p.m.
There you
At Food Life. If you're not a member of Food Life, I'm pretty sure it's on this group's announcement, or might be listed as all the list of the groups. But we're in the Life group family. We're at Food Life, Baseball Life, Wrestling Life. We got a nice group here, and I appreciate you guys inviting me. I really enjoyed this, man.
Thank you for coming on.
One of my favorite shows. I've actually I was was waiting for an invite, man. Too long ago. Randy does a great job with you guys. Shout out to Randy. I know he's the co-host also. But you guys are definitely holding it down. Since you guys been in the group, I've noticed who participates more in the group. Like I said, I've been there since day one. But you guys also, great job, man. Just keep it up, man. And I'll be looking for the T-shirts coming out if I can cop one. So
Go.
hey, food. I'm working on the Food Life. I'm working on the lab shirts soon, man. So
There you
do
go.
something like that, man. I'm a big fan of you guys.
There you go.
Keep up the good work. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
I don't think there's that many Orlando Magic fans in the group. I think Pedro, my buddy Pedro, that lives here next to me, he's one, and there's a couple other ones. But Magic Nation, participate please in this group as much as you guys can, and enjoy it like I do. And thanks again, guys, for having me. It was an honor, man. An honor. You guys are cool dudes, man.
I know, man. You're cool.
All right, brothers.
Definitely.
Here with a day one. Man with respect.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you, guys.
End our show here. This is for the 7th episode of Step Back. Catch us with 2 weeks. Probably going to go into the LeBron MJ debate and touch on the.
Okay. I want an invite for that one now. I have a lot to say.
And recap the documentary. So.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
That's going to be a wild one. I'm definitely going to tune in on that one.
For Johnny, for Jacob, signing out. Thanks for tuning in, man.
We got to do that step back, right?
Yep,
Step back. All right.
Yes, sir.
Peace and love, y'all.
Peace and love.